Hello, hello, welcome. My name is Jordan. This is your 30-minute Vinyasa flow. We will begin in a comfortable kneeling shape, or if you'd like to find child's pose at the back of your space, feel free. So maybe you'd like to sit up on a block in a supported hero's pose, or you can take a block under the chest and find your child's pose, maybe reaching the arms out long. Taking a moment to give yourself what you need to arrive here, to root down in the breath. Perhaps you're sitting up tall, or gently melting the armor of the heart space a little bit closer to the earth in your child's pose. You're welcome to soften the gaze or close down the eyes. Turning the attention inward simply by taking some time to notice the breath here. Soften the face. Find stability in your shape. And then maybe seek opportunities for softness. We'll find a few deep breaths in together here. Inhale through the nose. Pause at the top. Maybe take an extra sip of air here. And exhale, sigh it out, let it go. 2 more. Inhale deeply. Pause at the top. Embrace this fullness. And exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Embrace opportunity for release, for softness. Beautiful. 1 more. Your breath, your pace. And we'll make our way forward into our tabletop shape, shifting hands forward, elbows aligned over the wrists, shoulders over the elbow creases. Maybe elbow creases wrap slightly forward without locking or hyperextending. Option to tuck the toes here. Breathe into the bottoms of the feet. Press into the feet. Inhale to soften the belly down, lift the heart, and sink the hips towards the heels. Exhale to round the spine, roll forward, cat pose, shoulders over the wrists. 2 more, rolling through your cow cat like a wave. Inhaling to expand with breath. And exhaling to round, hug the navel up and in, draw the chin towards the chest. 1 more, inhale, hips to heels. Really press into the toes if the toes are tucked. And exhale, wave the spine forward. Beautiful. You're welcome to untuck the toes. Maybe tap the tops of the feet on the mat to release. And root down through the left hand. Inhale, reach your right hand high. Expand like you're opening a wing. Exhale, right hand threads underneath your left shoulder. Thread the needle. Pause for 2 cycles of breath here. Finding that slow, steady, mindful rhythm to steady the mind in the presence of sensation. Begin to reroot through the left fingertips. Inhale, press the earth away. Re-extend your right arm high. Big breath, big stretch. And exhale, release. Right palm plants right into the second side. Inhale, left hand reaches high. Maybe spread the fingertips wide. Exhale, thread the needle. Second side, take what you need. Maybe it looks a little bit different than the first side. Perhaps we embrace this as an opportunity to cultivate balance by doing 2 things that don't look exactly the same. Our only objective here is to follow the depth and quality of our breath, to let this awareness lead. Reroot through the right hand. Inhale, re-extend your left arm high like you're opening up a wing. And exhale, release. Plant the left palm and tuck the toes, extend both legs long. You're welcome to find your modified plank here with the knees down. But if the knees are up, Take a moment to pedal through the feet. Maybe draw some circles to warm up through the wrists, clawing into all 10 fingerprints. Taking a moment to say hello to the hamstrings and the calves, maybe even rolling over the toes a bit if you'd like. And as you're ready, begin to bend the knees, pedaling the feet, making your way to your downward facing dog. Option 2, keep the knees bent here in our first downward dog. Pedaling out the feet, bending one knee, maybe opening up through the side body as much as feels good to you today. We'll take a moment to embrace some stillness here, to bloom the body with breath, and allow our exhales to surrender the body a little closer to the earth with the pull of gravity. Beautiful work, my friends. Root down through the left heel. Inhale, lift your right leg any amount. Option to bend into the knee and draw circles, or perhaps you'd like to stack the hips. Find your scorpion tail, pressing into the right hand to level out the shoulders. One more inhale. And exhale brings you back to neutral and your three-legged dog, right foot plants. Beautiful. Find a cycle of breath here between sides. And root down through the right heel. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Big breath in. Maybe you roll out the ankle, stay neutral, left toes turn down, or bend the knee, open up your hip, trying to point that left knee towards the sky, almost like we could draw our left heel towards our left glute as we reroot through the left hand to level out the shoulders, space for the head and the neck. Come back to three-legged dog, left toes to turn down, and exhale to release. Come back to your downward facing dog. Big breath in here. And exhale, shift forward, guide the right knee in towards the chest and step your right foot towards your right thumb. Vinyasa, low lunge. Squeeze the inner thighs to an invisible midline to inspire lift. Biceps by the ears, big breath in, lift your heart to the sky. On your exhale, draw the thumbs down through heart center. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms, and press the palms away. Bring the chin towards the chest. Saying hello to our left hip flexor. Find a cycle of breath here. Inhale to lift the heart, lift the arms. Exhale, break free, open twist to the right. Pause for an inhale here. And exhale brings you back through to your low lunge. And inhale to cactus, lift the heart. Beautiful. Exhale to round the spine. Draw the palms in together in front. Elbows in towards the navel. Inhale to bloom your cactus open. Exhale to round, chin to chest, elbows together. Last one, inhale. And exhale to round. Option to find your eagle arms here. Right elbow underneath the left, binding once or twice. Maybe we opt for giving ourselves a little hug here and draw the chin towards the chest. Inhale to unravel, left palm plants, left toes tucks, dragonfly twist, right arm reaches high. And exhale, right palm plants, standing L, top of your space, lifting the left toes off the earth any amount. Take a moment to light up through your right leg, or maybe you'd like to draw the crown towards the earth for standing splits. As you're ready, left toes meet the right, knees bent, chair pose. Weight is in the heels, biceps by the ears, or hands at the heart. Long, beautiful spine. Tailbone draws down. Inhale to rise, high mountain. Exhale to bend the knees, hinge and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, your version, long spine. Exhale to fold and step the right toes back. Anjanasana, second side, right knee grounds. Inhale to rise. Squeeze the inner thighs together, root down to the top of the right foot. And exhale here, settle in. Beautiful. Inhale, press the palms together, reach. Exhale, thumbs through heart center. Interlace, flip, chin to chest. Press the palms away, pause for a cycle of breath. And inhale to rise. Exhale, twist left. Pause for an inhale here. Lengthen the spine. And exhale, come back through center, low lunge, hands reach. Inhale to cactus, lift the heart. Exhale to round, touch the palms together if you'd like, out in front. Draw the elbows in towards the pelvis, chin to chest. Inhale to expand. Exhale to round. Think cat-cow in the upper back body. One more, inhale. And exhale to round. Option to pause here, or maybe wrap your left elbow under your right for eagle arms, binding once or twice, or giving yourself a nice little hug. Pause for an inhale. And exhale, unravel. Right palm plants, left hand reaches. Dragonfly twist, maybe we lift the right knee. And exhale, wind the left palm down, standing L, second side. Light up through your standing leg option to bring the crown a little closer to the earth. And release. Chair pose. One more time. Weight is in the heels. Feet flush together or hips width, whichever feels more stable. Hands overhead, or maybe hands at the heart for a little grounding stability here. Grounding in the strength it can take to stay lifted sometimes, to lift ourselves up. One more inhale, and exhale, Uttanasana. Melt it down. Inhale, halfway lift, long, beautiful spine. Exhale to fold. Round spine, root to rise. Inhale to sweep the hands up high. Maybe find a nice long puppy belly. And exhale, Anjali Mudra. Thumbs at the heart. Mountain pose. Take a moment to come back to that steady breath. And find a nice stable base here. Feet hips width or flush together, whatever feels more supportive to you. And root down through the right foot. Inhale, left knee lifts any amount. One-legged Tadasana. Exhale, warrior three. Bend into the right knee to lower your center of gravity. Find a little bit of stability as you slowly and steadily kick the left heel back any amount. Blooming into Virabhadrasana 3. One more inhale here. And exhale, left toes touch down. High lunge. Maybe we toe heel the right foot out for hips width. Reach the biceps by the ears. Big breath in. Exhale, thumbs through heart center. Interlace the hands, flip the palms, chin to chest. Beautiful. Inhale to rise. Exhale, open twist to the right. Left hand forward, right hand back. Not cranking the spine. Being kind to ourselves. Inviting space with every inhale. Beautiful. Inhale brings you back through center. High lunge. Exhale here. Stable base. And inhale to cactus. Lift the heart. Exhale to round. Find your eagle arms, your version. Right elbow under the left. Reaching for the shoulders. Or binding the hands once or twice. Take a moment to pull the thumbs away from the face. Maybe lift the elbows slightly. And inhale to lift the elbows. Think cow pose. Exhale to round. Elbows drawing in. Beautiful. 2 more. Your breath, your movement. Like you're swimming through honey. Last one. Finding strength in the presence of sensation, space, and stability. And come back through center. Find an inhale, maybe a little bounce, a little buoyancy. And exhale to launch. Warrior 3 with your eagle arms. Any variation. Maybe we wobble or sway. And keep your eagle arms. Find chair legs. Left foot meets the right. Exhale here. Settle in. Sink low into that right leg. And hover the left foot off the earth any amount. Finding our Garudasana, our eagle pose. Maybe crossing the left leg over the right. Sinking the hips a little lower, maybe binding the toes or taking the toes to the earth. Embracing stability, a mindfulness, a clarity of vision, yeah? One cycle of breath here. Mindfully unravel the feet, find your chair legs, and inhale to rise, unravel, open through the heart, and exhale, melt it down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, then exhale to fold, step the feet back to plank, knees up or down, and as you're ready, lower all the way to the abdomen. Setting up for cobra. Slide the palms in line with the ribs. Inhale to extend to the crown, lift any amount. Exhale to lower, 2 more. Rooting through the tops of the feet, rolling through your cobra like a wave. And release. Tuck the toes. Press through plank or tabletop. Make your way to downward dog. Put a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out, let go of some heat. And come up high on the tippy toes. Exhale to bend the knees, hop, step, dance to the top of your space. Take your time and find your forward fold. Take a moment to dangle, to reroot here in this moment, reconnect with the breath. And round spine, slow and steady, root to rise. Come back to your tall, beautiful mountain. Take a moment to notice here how it feels to be in your body, in the presence of cultivating equilibrium, maybe physically, maybe energetically. And just notice the difference between the two sides. And we'll find our flow on the second side, starting with our feet hips width or flush together, whatever feels more supportive. Seal the circumference of your left foot. Find your Pada Bandha, maybe lifting the center arch slightly. And inhale, the right knee lifts any amount, one-legged mountain. Exhale, bend into the left knee, slow and steady. Maybe airplane the arms or find hands at the heart or reach for a wall or a block. And kick the right toes back, lifted any amount for warrior 3. One more inhale here, engage the core. And exhale, right toes tap down, high lunge, second side, sweep the hands up high. Exhale here, settle in, option to toe heel the left foot out, find a hips width stance, light up through the right leg. Beautiful. Inhale, press the palms together, reach. Exhale, draw the thumbs through, heart center, interlace, flip the palms away, chin to chest. Inhale to rise. Exhale, open twist to the left. Beautiful work, my friends. Find a cycle of breath here. And swoop the left hand down to come up, high lunge. Inhale here. And exhale here. Inhale to cactus the elbows, lift the heart. Option to bend into the right knee, support your low back. And exhale to round the spine, draw the hands together. And find your eagle, your Garudasana arm variation, maybe left elbow under the right for a hug. Or bind with the arms, whatever feels supportive to you today. Making adjustments to create more space for your breath. Prioritizing that in our movements today. Inhale to lift the elbows, lift the heart. Exhale to round the upper back, the thoracic spine, draw the elbows in. Core turned on here for stability. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. One more, your breath, your movement. And as you're ready, we'll find an inhale, come back through center, and an exhale to launch for warrior 3, your version. Always an option to release your eagle arms. Find your standing L or supported warrior 3. Take what you need. One more inhale. And exhale to bend into the left knee. Right foot meets the left. Find your chair legs with your eagle arms, left elbow under the right. And shift your weight to the left foot. Lift the right toes up and over. Maybe they stay rooted on a block or on the outside edge of your left foot, using the squeezing of everything to an invisible midline to find stability. Find a focal point, a tiny speck unmoving, to retract from the job of looking, to allow our center strength, our third eye space to guide, to find stability here. One more inhale. And exhale, right foot plants, unravel. And inhale to lift, unwind. Big breath, big stretch. Exhale, melt it down. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Option to find your ragdoll shape. Bend and sway. Maybe pedal the feet out, mat's width. Take a moment to regulate, to come back to center. And with the toes out and the heels in, come through center. Inhale to lift the torso halfway. And exhale to sink the hips between the heels towards the earth. Option to bring a block to meet your sit bones. Maybe bring hands to the heart. And close down the eyes here in your Malasana. Rooted here. Taking a moment to imagine sprouting new, beautiful, nutritious roots from the tip of the tail. Perhaps imagine them burrowing into the earth, being nourished by moist, cool soil. Find one more breath in here. And exhale to release. We'll plant the palms behind the body. If you're sitting on a block, maybe you lift the hips. And we'll sink the hips back down to the earth, kick the legs out long. And we'll find a forward fold. Always an option to sit up on a blanket. Maybe keep a generous bend in the knees. Or take the heels a little wide. Inhale to lift, to lengthen biceps by the ears. Lift your heart here. And exhale to hinge, like heart and tail are moving in opposite directions while we hug the navel in, create length, and allow the torso to fold any amount. Maybe palms face down on the earth for stability, or face up to embrace a gentle surrendering here, inviting the pull of gravity into this portion of our practice. Begin to press into the palms, allowing the head to dangle as we slowly stack vertebra by vertebra, gently realigning the torso, allowing the head to lift last. And we'll take the palms behind the body, maybe bend the knees, and find a nice, slow, mindful roll to the back body. A little bit of core engagement here if you'd like. And just take a moment to articulate through the length of your entire back body. Eventually reaching the arms up overhead, stretching out long. Maybe spread the fingers wide, roll the ankles and wrists. And on your exhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. Option to stay here in a reclined child's pose shape, Maybe you'd like to take the knees wide for a supine squat, or reach for the backs of the thighs or the feet for happy baby. Taking a moment to give the low back a little bit of TLC. Even if you're in your happy baby or your supine squat shape, bringing a lot of awareness to lengthening the tailbone towards the top of your space. Maybe you'd like to find a gentle sway. Begin closing down the eyes or softening the gaze. Bringing a little bit of space between the teeth. Or simply noticing that space there and seeing how it feels to bring the tongue to the bottom of the mouth. As you're ready, you can release the feet to meet the earth, perhaps finding constructive rest with the feet wide, knees together, maybe one hand on the low abdomen, one hand on the center of the chest. Taking a moment to unite our gut, our intuition with our heart space. As we soften the center of the forehead, and embrace rest here. If you'd like, you can kick the legs out long for a more traditional Shavasana shape. Wherever you are, allow the body to embrace its complete heaviness, spreading like soft moss on a forest floor, lush and green and nourishing here. Cradled in the palm of your Shavasana. The next time you hear my voice, I will be guiding you out. You are welcome to stay in your Shavasana shape for as long as time allows. But if you're ready to take this practice, take this space you've created up and off the mat into the next chapter of your day, I invite you to deepen the breath. Notice the air on your skin. Maybe open and close the jaw. Wiggle the nose, eyebrows, fingers, and toes. In your own time, allowing these small movements to gently expand. You can stretch out long, Shine the rib cage towards the sky. Think happy cat on a sunlit windowsill. On an exhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. Make your way to one side or the other. And mindfully press your way up to a comfortable seat, perhaps with the gaze soft or the eyes still closed down. And we can take a deep breath in together to celebrate this past half hour spent in community doing yoga and honor the decision you made to not only fill your cup, but bring a little bit more presence to the world around you. You can join the thumbs together at the heart space, Anjali Mudra. And we'll take a cycle of breath in together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Thank you for taking the time, for sharing your space, your energy, and your practice, not only with me, but with each other here in community. It's an honor and a privilege to guide you, to be here in the presence of your practice as you share this gift with yourself and with the world around you. Thank you, and namaste.